Welcome, XCW Galaxy. Here we are. We've been through Season 1. Now we are at the end of Season 2. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Thank you for making this show a success. I love doing it. I know you all love watching it. Here it is, Season 2, Episode 10, the top 5 companies that have kind of competed, interacted with XCW throughout the years. You know, we've been around since 2003. It is now 2018. 15 years. There's a lot of time for people to come in, and speaking of people coming in,
a lot of time.
Yeah.
And my body feels it.
I can only imagine.
So I couldn't help but to come and pay a visit to XCW 5. I haven't yet.
Oh, it is the finale. It's fitting,
right?
You know?
Yeah. And so I mean, we were talking about 5 other Shelbyville backyard companies, and I had a part of a little bit of all of them, so
I believe it, honestly.
I was really interested to see who took this top spot. Although I have a feeling. I mean, we had some stiff competition a few years back, so really interested to see how this top 10 goes.
All right, there are no honorable mentions, ladies and gentlemen, just the top 5. So let's get into it right now. Starting us off on our top 5 here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the backyard company BYW. Someone really know what that means. I don't think anybody really know what that stands for. Ran by J-Town, former manager of Devil, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely a interesting part of XCW history. It was active pretty early on in XCW history. Started in 2005, but unfortunately could never really get off the ground. There we see him with his client backstage, and it unfortunately considered a failure, poor J-Town, but was looked at as possible XCW competition. You see, with the WIW title there, accompanied by LOL. Keeping us going here, number 4, ladies and gentlemen, we have NAW, N-A-W. Definitely a company closely tied to the beginning in the history of XCW. It's actually ran by a man you may know, Hazard. Actually started it before he was in XCW. The years active 2000, as you see, was before XCW, to 2004. Ended when Hazard came over to XCW. Was actually considered a sister company to XCW and worked closely, during the years XCW was active and NAW were active concurrently, worked closely with Fletch, and eventually that was what led to Hazard coming to our roster. Keeping us going here, ladies and gentlemen, BYWE. We've talked about it in a couple episodes of XCW 5 previously. Backyard wrestling entertainment ran by Justin Parsley. That guy just keeps coming up like a bad habit, like a bad case of herpes, if you will. Years active, 2000 to 2006. Really a long run, ladies and gentlemen, as far as backyard companies go. Fortunately, not a lot of them last that long. Especially with guys such as Chris Jones, Genocide, Rob Slater, DTC, Nick Clowes, Corruption, even Fletch himself a part of that roster. Definitely XCW powerhouses. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I wonder when EBW would make an appearance. I knew it would happen. 1, 2, or 3. Here we are at number 2. EBW, Extreme Backyard Wrestling, ran by a man you are very familiar with. C-Unit, brother, or the franchise player Chris Jones. Active 2004 to 2006, and then a return from 2013 to 2014. We'll get into that in just a second. At first, it was considered a training camp for XCW, but was competition of XCW prior. They returned under the leadership of the Gabe to invade and take down XCW. I remember that very well, ladies and gentlemen. Almost succeeded. The closest XCW has ever came to being disbanded. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, number 1 of our season finale. Top 5 backyard company, UIW. Ultimate Impact Wrestling, ran by this guy again, Justin Parsley. There he is. Look at his shiny titles. You gotta love that. Years active, 2009 to 2010. Not a very long run, ladies and gentlemen, but do not let that fool you. Considered a very, very successful company. Almost rivaling XCW, taking a lot of our guys, unfortunately. Always been considered actually our biggest competition. Like I said, almost taking us out in 2010, taking a lot of people with us. Hazard leaving XCW, unfortunately. They also beat XCW to YouTube. Man, that's big, especially back then.
What a top 5, man.
Wow, I'm shocked a little bit. That was the one that I was thinking was going to be number 1.
Okay, that was going to be my question.
But the number 2 spot, EBW, I mean, came back, almost kicked our ass.
That is very true. That is very true. Almost took over XCW, really.
Stiff competition, XCW, but I just wanted to be a part of XCW 5 for the first time.
You know what? I'm glad to have you here. We've had a lot of guests. We've had a lot of guests. Chris Jones, Genocide. We've had Emily Moore. It's good to finally have the Fletch on here, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's a successful show. It's one of our most successful shows XCW's ever produced.
Thank you.
I mean, it's safe to say there's season 3, right?
I would hope so. Hey, believe me, as long as you want a season 3, I'm on for a season 3. Don't worry, don't worry. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you for joining us for season 2, episode 10. Heck, even season 1, episode 1, all the way up until now. Thank you so very much. That was the top 5 backyard companies have interacted with XCW throughout our 15-year history. Justin Parsley keeps making his impression felt.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. One day, it may go away. Stick with us. We'll see you for season 3, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.